And thanks, it's great to be here with all the Minnesotans this morning and all of you for our shared interest. I am Tom Emmer. I represent Minnesota's 6th district, which is closer to the Twin Cities than it is to the Iron Range. But this is really important to all of us. And forgive me for my Homer attitude, but I truly believe that what's good for the state of Minnesota is good for the rest of the country. And I think that's why everybody is engaged in this process, because it's not just about Minnesota. I want to thank my colleagues on the House Committee on Natural Resources and the Western Caucus for hosting this great event. And I'd especially like to thank Pete Stauber for his relentless leadership on this topic. He is like a dog on a meat-covered bone, and he just does not let it go. That being said, I also want to thank my incredible colleague, Michelle Fischbach, for giving Minnesota another strong voice on this really important topic here in Washington, D.C. I'd also like to thank all of you again for being here today, and those who have been working with us on these issues for the past several years. It hasn't been easy, but your friendship and your advocacy for the industry in our state has made a tremendous difference, and I know we've got a long way to go. Our nation's need for critical minerals has never been greater, as we've heard this morning. If you're one of the 294 million Americans who use a smartphone, this topic is directly relevant to you. If you're interested in expanding an all-of-the-above energy approach that includes wind and solar power, developing the next generation of electric vehicles, as we were just talking about, critical minerals are essential to that discussion as well. I'm sure everyone saw Talon Metals' contract announcement with Tesla earlier this week. Our future and growth as a nation depends on the responsible domestic extraction and development of minerals like copper, nickel, platinum, resources that are abundant in the U.S. and ready to be mined. Unfortunately, the Biden administration remains intent on limiting the domestic production of these materials in Minnesota and across the country. And this isn't the first time we've seen this happen. I'm sure all of us remember when the Obama administration sought a 20-year mining moratorium on more than 425,000 acres of federal land in Minnesota. Unfortunately, the Biden administration has made clear its intentions to follow in their footsteps. These types of actions not only undermine the future success and security of our great nation, they destroy local communities which rely on the economic benefits that stem from mining and timber harvesting. Mining has literally sustained the region and helped build our nation for more than a century, not to mention our Minnesota school system. And unfortunately, the decline in mining over the years has taken a noticeable toll on northern Minnesota communities. I remember as a young boy, the busloads of Iron Range high school athletes that would travel from the Great North to the Twin Cities for the annual high school hockey tournament, the high school basketball tournament. They were full. Kids from Duluth East, which really isn't in the Iron Range, but we tolerate them because they're part of the community. Evelyn, Virginia, etc. Today is the result of a dwindling population exacerbated by the efforts of multiple Democrat administrations to eliminate good-paying mining jobs. Schools like Evelyn, for instance, have been forced, which, by the way, produced one of the greatest Edina hockey coaches that ever existed, but I'll talk to Pete about that later. Schools like Evelyn have been forced to merge with other cities and townships simply to put teams together at their high school level. This is unacceptable and it's unnecessary. The Iron Range alone contains an estimated 8 billion tons of critical minerals like copper, nickel, cobalt, and platinum. The region also offers a built-in American workforce that stands ready to harvest these resources. We have the tools and opportunity to reinvigorate northern Minnesota and other mining communities across the country while helping to secure our nation's mineral independence. More importantly, this industry can drive Minnesota's economy better than even iron ore did in its heyday. All we need is government just to get out of the way. Thanks again for letting me be here today. Thank you all for being here and caring so much. And please, none of us give up the fight. Thanks. I yield back.
Thank you, Tom. And now we're going to